Now, from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go now, heading right on into our Monday evening. Again, hopefully you had a great Monday afternoon. It was another hot day out there, lots of sunshine, fairly quiet weather afternoon. In fact, even this evening, tonight, fairly quiet across North Texas. But I tell you what, the big headline now, as we get into tomorrow, Tuesday, the risk of severe weather does return to North Texas. And the way it looks right now, it may be in two waves as we go through Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, and very early into Wednesday morning. The details are evolving ever so slightly, so I do want to catch you up on the latest details now heading into the evening, of course, talking about the rest of your work week forecast as well. But this would be your Monday evening right here. Temperatures easing down through the 80s. Again, it's dry out there, and there's not a lot of humidity. So even though it's going to be a relatively warm evening, again, not necessarily overly oppressive. So a little bit of good news with that as well. This is what we did this afternoon. Daytime highs around the area. We call this a fairly uniform air mass, right? The temperatures do not vary much from one location to another. I mean, 91, 92, 93, those numbers were fairly common again as we went through the afternoon. Similar story here in the Metroplex. DFW, they've actually bounced now to 94. They were only at 93. Dallas Love, 93 today as well. And Mesquite was the hot spot, 95. Over there in eastern portions of Dallas County. So we're completely quiet in North Texas. We're completely quiet around the region. This would be the radar review here. But again, as we begin to look off to the west, things are beginning to evolve. Things are beginning to change. This is what I'm talking about. You can see some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and this is indirectly now related to our approaching storm system as we get into tomorrow, Tuesday. Now, the storm system itself is not overly impressive. As you look at the water vapor imagery, two things going on. Number one, you can see the bump in the jet stream. This is what's left of our summer heat dome. In fact, the heat dome is now down across parts of the California Baja. You see this donut hole over here, and you may think, well, that's the area of low pressure that's on its way in. It's not. In fact, there's a very weak storm system, but it's in a very fast flow, right? So it's going to be coming in up and around that area of high pressure at a very high rate of speed right into North Texas as we get into late tomorrow, Tuesday, and as I mentioned, early Wednesday. And that's going to be the key to give us this opportunity of active weather and the opportunity of severe weather as well. So let me go over those details. Again, the Storm Prediction Center, they've adjusted this ever so slightly as we've gone through the day. So area of red, severe weather would be possible. This would mainly be, again, for late tomorrow evening, into the overnight, into the first part of Wednesday. But again, it could be in two rounds. I'm going to show you the model coming up momentarily. The opportunity of damaging wind would be the primary concern. Winds up to around 60 miles per hour can't be ruled out. But the other thing for tomorrow as well, there is a hail zone, and this could even be a more significant hail zone. $50 size hail, could even be up to the size of golf balls. Not impossible. This is not going to be a widespread hail event. Not every cell is going to be offering even the opportunity of hail, but especially the early and kind of middle part of the evening cells that come in off the dry line, those could be hailers. So let me go and break this down a little bit further, okay? So here we go with the model, right? So tonight we're quiet. Again, through a good part of tomorrow, we're quiet as well. Not a lot going on through at least the early part of Tuesday afternoon. Now, as we get into late Tuesday afternoon, we'll be watching some cells skirting along the Red River Valley, mainly up in Oklahoma. I think that activity stays up there. We'll then be watching for some cells coming off the dry line. So for us, I think this would be round number one. Those could be severe. Those could also offer a hail potential. Could be supercells here. So we're going to watch those carefully. But then as we get into the very late evening, into the overnight, here comes the main show, a complex of storms coming out of Oklahoma. That would be a heavy rain, vivid lightning, and again, a wind threat as well. And again, that would be ending there very early Wednesday morning. So overnight lows, upper 60s to right around 70 tonight. We're basically in the mid-90s, hot day tomorrow. Again, like I mentioned, rain chances coming in from the northwest, but again, keep in mind through most of the afternoon, we're relatively quiet as we get into Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, 70s for most of us, lower 70s. And then as we get into Wednesday, a lot of us lower to mid-90s, maybe even a few upper 80s over in our eastern counties. So again, an active pattern for late tomorrow, Tuesday night into Wednesday. But again, you can also see going forward in time, we have another storm system as we get into Friday and Saturday, another fairly decent opportunity of storms, and temperatures stay hot through the 90s through your work week.